Alright, so in this video I'm going to attempt to break down what the difference is between a flash cart and an ODE. Now, flash cart is really a combination of two words. It's a combination of flash, as in flash media, and cartridge, as in, one of these. So what, how a cartridge works in the Nintendo 64, for example, is this sockets into the console, you turn it on, you play the game. Just a typical, normal cartridge. Wave Race, excellent game, by the way. And then we have a flash cart. Now, how a flash cart works is you have the flash medium. Okay, wow, that really shot out of there. Shout out to Crix for making the ejection port here a projectile. But with a flash cart, you have the flash media, and then you have the cartridge, and you put it in the cartridge. Now, the flash media, in this case a micro SD card, I have it loaded with some games that I definitely legally own. I would never pirate anything. That's very bad. But essentially, you load games onto the flash media, and then the cartridge has firmware that will boot up and then allow you to select the ROM file or the game file from the flash card, or from the SD card. And it's relatively simple. But yeah, that's what a flash card is. And what an optical drive emulator is, it's kind of like a similar concept, really, but you have here I have some Dreamcast parts. This is the Dreamcast disk drive. The yeah, it's taken apart. Pulled this from a working. Oh man, excuse me. I pulled this from a working system. This is the exact Dreamcast, disk drive, and then this is the. Don't leave that in there. Oh, nice. Free 1 terabyte laying around. But this is the GD-EMU clone. Now, this one I received does not work. It's totally junk. I kept it for, I guess as a conversation piece maybe, but the one I received was totally borked. I've done everything I could to try and fix it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. What the ODE does, or the optical drive emulator, is it works in a similar way that the flash card does, in the sense that it tricks the console or instructs the console to believe that this is a disc. And if you look here, it has the same socket as the original disk drive does. This plugs right into the motherboard of the Dreamcast, and essentially you get your games on flash media, and you put it in. That's backwards. You put it in there, and you boot up, you're ready to play your games. Now, flash cards are really nice for people like me who really enjoy these older consoles and playing on native hardware, but who maybe can't afford to play or start collecting games for the systems. I mean, you want to talk about expensive things, or how expensive the hobby can get. This is another flash card I have. This is the Saru. Got this on AliExpress, maybe $70 or so. And there's one game I wanted to buy for the Saturn. The game I wanted for the Sega Saturn was called Burning Rangers, I think. And to buy that game on eBay was north of $200. Just the disc, not the box, not the manual, nothing like that. Now, financially speaking, it's not that smart for me to go and buy that disc when I could buy this and a little SD card for less than $120 and load the entire library onto a single cartridge that takes up hardly any space. Now, not to say that I would load up the entire library, because that would be muy illegal, and I would never pirate anything. It's very bad. I would never download a car if given the opportunity. But I know it's a relatively simple concept, but not everybody knows what these things are. And if you're somebody who's new to the getting into older consoles and stuff, you'll see these terms thrown around a lot. So basically, flash cart is a flash media and a cartridge. Play a bunch of games on one cartridge through an SD card. An ODE, instead of being a disk on a drive, it is something that mimics the disk drive. Now, there are strange scenarios where, like the PSIO, for example. The PSIO is how do I explain? It's a flash cart, but it hooks up to the serial port on the Launch Edition PlayStation, and it doesn't emulate the disk drive. It doesn't replace the disk drive or anything like that. It's a flash cart. Now, sometimes that trips me up, because I would imagine that it would be more along the lines of an optical drive emulator, being that the PlayStation could only play games optically. But for some reason, the PSIO is considered a flash cart, not a ODE. There's all sorts of different ones on the market. For every console, they have their own kind of little mini market or micro market that has their own, the bests and the worsts and the trade-offs and all that. The Saturn, for example, there is something better than this flash cart, but it's for the system, right? So for the Sega Saturn, I could go with the Terra Onion Mode optical drive emulator, which is expensive, but it's also very, very nice, and I probably will get one someday. Or I could just get this. It's good to start off with. Load times are much faster with a flash cart than they would be, with an ODE than they would be with traditional optical media. Because you have to think, you have this disc here, and the way the optical media works is, oops, if I can get it on there, there's a laser down beneath the disc, and it has to read the disc, and the motor has to instruct how to, where to go, where to start, where to stop, how fast to spin, how slow to spin, and all that. And there are read times, there are seek times for the laser. The laser has to manually articulate and then read data from the disk and then load it into the system. Whereas with an optical drive emulator, where's the laser? Where's all that? There isn't one. It's flash media. It's instant read-write. There are blocks divided into here, and the file system knows exactly how to communicate to the console to give it exactly what it needs right there when it needs it. So, yeah, kind of a simple breakdown of what the difference between the two are. If you weren't too sure what the differences were, I hope I helped out. And yeah, I think that's it.